Hey guys, this is Kakarotvg. Welcome to the 15th MinecraftForge modding tutorial. In this tutorial, we will be working on making blocks with metadata. So, we already have two blocks, as you can see here. Ugh, stupid thing. Okay, so what we are going to do now is we're going to have 16 blocks after this. So what we need to do first is we need to make 14 new textures. So I'm going to go ahead and make the new textures, and I will be right back once I've finished. I will see you in a second. Okay, so I finished making the textures. As you can see, they're all right here. So, what we're going to do with this is we are going to make them all have the same idea as tutorial block. And so we're going to turn the tutorial block 1 and 2 into the same ID, which we'll do in a second. But first thing we need to do is make sure they all have the tutorial block at the beginning, but that they start with 0 and work their way to 15. Like so. Which reminds me I have to do something over in tutorial modding. So then we're going to go ahead and put them in our assets folder, which is in resources, assets, tutorial mod, textures, blocks, and tutorial block 0 and tutorial block 1, and like so. So now what we need to do, now what we're going to do is we're going to just drop these in here. And voila. So this is very similar to the crop, except they will always show up in the inventory and they won't change when you click on them, or during the daytime. So that's it for textures. So now what we need to do is we're going to start by making a new block class for our blocks to extend. So instead of tutorial block, they will extend a new block class called Metablock. You can name it whatever you want. I just want to name it Metablock for simplicity. So I'm going to name it Metablock. And then we'll create a new class called Item Tutorial. Not bad. Item Tutorial Block. Then we're going to open our, actually no, block handler is already open. So then we're going to open up our, no, that's it actually. Let me see. No, that is not it. We need to open up the ID handler. Sorry, I did not remember that. So, how handlers, ID handler. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to delete tutorial block 2 ID. Oh my gosh, you were super lucky. I don't like it. Oh, and the crafting handler for several reasons. So crafting, recipe handler. There it is. Oh my gosh, you are being like super slow. What the heck is wrong with you? Okay, so what we need to do in here is change this to new item stack. What this does is it will allow us to have a metadata for it. So comma 1, comma 1. It also allows you to determine how many blocks it gives you, how many blocks it requires to make this. Now for this, comma 1, comma 1, this is going to be the metadata. And then, alright, that's it. That's it for recipe handler. ID handler, we are done. Meta block. Okay. you delete this, delete this, delete this, and this, and delete this. So what these metadata is, it will change the material and stuff. It basically will have everything that the normal tutorial block has, except it different texture. So if you have stuff that has the same material and stuff like that, then it will have, then you can just use metadata. If it's different materials and different, and you want different IDs or different creative tabs, different sounds, different hardness and stuff, then you'll need to use different IDs instead of metadata. So let's go ahead and get to our meta block. I hate that this thing is really slow right now. I'm sorry, my computer sucks right now. Sorry. Extend this block. Import block. Net.minecraft.block. It has to be that, otherwise this will not work. Trust me. There's been problems with that with people. Okay. So super ID. Material. Okay, so now that's it for the super constructor. Now we have to go ahead and start making everything. So public int damage dropped int par1 return par1. Let's try and act the override. And that worked. Okay. So now at side only side dot load please. Alright, so side dot client. Now private icons. Finish up the order. Import. Do not do jobbox.swing.icon. Do net.minecraftutil.icon. Okay, so now let's copy the outside only. Go under it. And then public, actually at override public void register icons register command control shift import icons equals new icon, and then the amount of textures we have, which is 16. Okay, now create a for loop for int I equals 0. I is less than icons dot length. I plus plus. And then icons I equals register dot register icon, then reference dot mod ID plus this dot get on localized name dot substring 5 plus I. And then after these, and then you need to do another side only, and then at override public icon get icon into par1 into par2 and then we need to return icons par2. Go down twice, another side only, and then public, actually I believe we can do an override. Public void get sub blocks into par1 creative tabs tab list. Mention code import. Do not do java.auth.list. It must be java.util.list. Trust me, I've had this problem before. So now list.add sorry, I forgot something. Not do list.add. We need to do a for loop for int I equals 0, I is less than 16, plus I, and then list.add, and then new item stack, par1 1 I. Mention go to import, mention that format, and then that's it. Alright, so that is it for MetaBlock, and it is not going to work yet because we still have more stuff to do. So now into block handler, instead of tutorial block, we need to do the meta block. Import, that's the format, and that should do for now. Now in here, comma, item tutorial block dot class, and then we'll get to this later. So now, actually no, we'll go ahead and do this now. So now in here, in the language registry block handler. Okay, so in the language registry, add name, instead of the normal, language registry dot add name. It's the normal add name, but instead of that, it's new item stack tutorial block, comma 1, comma 0. Name tutorial block. Import format, and Alright, so now we have to do the others. So what this second integer is the metadata. So I'm going to go ahead and do slash metadata blocks and slash normal block. Well, technically we could make this part of the metadata, but I don't want to right now. So, now we're just going to copy this 15 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Toy block 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Now format and save, and then we go into here. This extends item block. Import that. Add the constructor. Int ID. Although you can just leave it part 1. I'm just going to have to do ID. So now set has subtypes true. Now after that, public string get unlocalized name item stack. And that override. And that we add the return string to string name equals, and then switch item stack dot item stack dot item stack dot get item damage. And then case 0 name equals world, name equals world, break. Case 1 name equals another break. Case default default. Name equals broken. And then return get on localized name plus dot plus name. Then one more thing, public int get metadata int par1 return par1. Okay. So let me check something real quick. Alright, we don't have to change the main class, that I believe. And that should just about be it. Except for one thing. We need to change the world generation class. So, tutorial generator. New tutorial block. Well, we'll see if that works. It might not. I'm not sure. So let's run the game and make sure everything works. I'm actually going to stop it from launching real quick so I can edit something. Run configurations. Client monthly. Arguments. 3. Run. And that should just about do it. You know, it's weird, because I have a Core i5, so it shouldn't be worth going this bad. Yeah, I guess QuickTime Player does that. I'm not sure. Anyways, let's let this thing run. And it crashed. Let's see why it crashed. Recipe handler. That's why. Okay. Now it should run fine. Okay, so go to single player. Let's load up our world. Okay, so now just go into creative, tab, and looks like we have all our blocks. So, but that doesn't mean they actually work though. We will test that in a second. So, 9. I will fix that in a second. I will fix it. Okay. Block handler. Okay. Probably in here. That's weird. Let's try this. Let's see if that works. Might not, but it might. Okay, let's see if it finally works right. Nope. Up to 16. So why is it only doing it onto check mega block. This is weird. I don't know why it's not working. I'll be right back. Okay, we are back. And I figured it out. We needed more cases. So I edited the first 2 cases and added in more. So now there are 16 cases, starting with 0. and they each have their weird looking names stuff. And now I'll go ahead and run Minecraft so I can show you guys real quick. And then we're done with metadata. Okay, so tutorial block 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just place them down. The normal block. The second. The third. Fourth. The fifth. The sixth. The seventh. Okay. The eighth. And the ninth. So those work. Back into creative. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7. And then 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, dang it, stupid lag, and 16. And those are all, oh my gosh, and those are all our metadata blocks. Now, if you want to see the IDs, you can always get a mod that shows you the IDs, but to give you an example, so the ID is 3300, so let's clear on my inventory, / give Kakarotvg 3300 1. Let's go with metadata 4. Oh. / give clear 31. Clear 31. 3300 1 5. And it gives us block 6 because it has a metadata of 5. Now if we were to do that again, but instead of 5 0 gives us the normal. Oops. Let's give us 13. And there you go. That is our metadata, and I will see you guys next time. Have fun.